Hi Libra, and welcome to your April tarot reading. Fool, Two of Swords, the Lovers reversed, Justice, Queen of Swords, the Empress, Page of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Right, let's see these cards first. Libra, as we step into April, you are entering a period of cosmic recalibration. With the sun shining in Aries, your sister sign, there's a fiery intensity pulling you to comfort, imbalance, and realign with your truth. Excuse me. This month is about emotional clarity, personal boundaries, and karmic closure. The Fool opens your reading with a powerful message. This isn't just about you stepping into something new, Libra. It's also about someone from your past who took a gamble they weren't prepared for. They walked away perhaps chasing excitement or pretending they were freeing themselves from emotional weight. But what they didn't realize at the time was that they weren't shedding a burden, they were walking away from someone irreplaceable, and that person is you. They underestimated the value of your love, your patience, and your emotional depth. To them, you were a safe place. They took you for granted, if I can say it like that. They assumed that you'll always be there. And the Fool, in their recklessness, mistook that safety for something that would always be there. Now, distance has brought clarity. They're realizing that what they thought was replaceable never truly was. You, on the other hand, have grown. The Fool may represent a reset for them, but for you, it's confirmation of the healing you've done. You're not waiting at the same emotional checkpoint where they left you. You're wiser now, with stronger boundaries and a clearer sense of self-worth. So if they return, and for many of you they will, it's up to you to decide whether their lesson came too late. The Two of Swords mirrors your current energy. Poised, thoughtful, and undeniably powerful in your stillness. You're not rushing, you're not reacting, and most importantly, you're not letting anyone push you into a decision before you're ready. This is a sacred pause, a deliberate choice to reflect before moving forward. Some may interpret your quietness as indecision, but the truth is you've learned the value of inner clarity. You understand now that choosing not to respond right away is sometimes the most powerful response of all. There may be two paths ahead. Reopen the door to someone from the past, or stay rooted in your newfound peace and independence. But unlike before, you're not deciding based on impulse, guilt, or fear of being alone. You're protecting your energy like the treasure it is. You've learned that not everyone deserves access to your softness, especially those who once mistook it for weakness. Your heart still feels, but your mind leads with wisdom now. And this moment of quiet introspection is not confusion, it's strength. You're giving yourself the space to honor your truth, and whatever choice you make, it will come from alignment, not urgency. When the Lovers reversed appears along Justice, the universe delivers a clear and profound message. There was once a connection that felt destined, a bond so intense it may have felt written in the stars. That's my son, woke up. Sorry. But over time, what began as mutual and meaningful became skewed. Love turned into labor. You were the one always bending, adjusting, compromising. And the more you tried to maintain harmony, the more the balance slipped. So this person may have made choices that were selfish, evasive, or downright unfair. Perhaps they ghosted you, betrayed your trust, or refused to take accountability. But what they didn't realize was that the energy they put out, be it lies, neglect, or manipulation, was always going to circle back. That's where Justice steps in. Karma isn't always loud, but it's always accurate. And now the scales are leveling, not because you force them to, but because you stop tipping them with your kindness, patience, and overextension. You're no longer volunteering your soul as a counterweight for someone else's poor choices. You've stepped back, you've reclaimed your center, and in doing so, you've allowed the universe to take over. The balance they refuse to bring is being delivered whether they're ready or not. With the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a figure who speaks of clarity, lives with intention, and loves with wisdom. So this is your energy, Libra, in full command. You've been through the emotional storms, and while they may have tried to weather you down, they sharpen your vision instead. You no longer accept vague half-promises, passive-aggressive comments, or manipulative silence. You demand truth, not out of cruelty, but because you've learned your heart thrives in honesty, not confusion. This queen doesn't chase validation. She listens, observes, and cuts through the noise. You're no longer reacting to every trigger. You're choosing what gets your attention. And standing beside her is the Empress, your divine reminder that clarity doesn't cancel softness and strength doesn't require coldness. You are both the swords and the sanctuary. You're protecting your energy not by shutting down, but by becoming more selective with who gets access to your warmth. The Empress brings you back to your sacred center, the space within you that creates, nurtures, and heals. This card is a gentle, powerful reminder that your energy is magnetic, your intuition is rich, and your worth is inherent. You no longer seek validation from those who couldn't see your value. You've stopped overgiving in places where your love was taken for granted. Now you're pouring back into yourself, and it shows. Your beauty is blossoming, not just in how you look, but in how you carry yourself. Your peace is returning, not because everything is perfect, but because you've learned how to protect your mind and spirit. You've reclaimed your time, your dreams, and your space. You are nurturing your own garden with patience and care, knowing that what grows now is aligned with your truth. You're not waiting to be rescued, fixed, or chosen. You've chosen yourself. That is your most powerful creation yet. And everything you cultivate from this energy, new relationships, opportunities, abundance, will reflect the love, boundaries, and standards you've established. Baby? Can I get a few minutes so I can finish this? Thank you. This is your season to flourish, Libra. You've done the inner work, now let the other words reflect the Empress you've become. Now, the Page of Cups enters gently, but behind their soft approach lies a storm of unspoken emotions and unresolved history. This is someone who, despite their silence or absence, hasn't let you go. They're likely rehearsing what to say, unsure of how to bridge the distance they created. Expect a message, a compliment, or something light-hearted, maybe even a meme, a random memory, or a simple, hey, remember this? It's not accidental. It's them dipping a toe into emotional waters they once neglected or drained or tainted. But here's the thing, you're not the same person they left behind. While they've been circling, you've been healing. And now their words might feel hollow, even if well-intentioned. The page energy is immature, not malicious, but not equipped to handle the weight of what transpired. Their offering may not match the depth of the wounds they left. Still, Mama, their return... Yes, baby?
When are you going to finish?
In a few minutes.
Right now.
Will you be patient with Mommy a bit?
Yes.
Thank you, darling. Sorry. So, the return is telling. It confirms what your intuition already says. They see your value now. The question is, do they truly understand it, or are they simply haunted by what they lost? Whether you respond or not, the power is already yours. This message is not a union. It's a reflection of your growth and their awakening, however late it may be. The Nine of Pentacles is your glow up in full display. This card isn't just about material success, so though that may be blooming too, it's about energetic sovereignty. You've cultivated a life that feels more grounded, more intentional, and more aligned with your truth. Whether you're single, healing, dating, or even in a committed partnership, you're showing up with a deep sense of self-worth that no one can shake. You've been through the storm, emotional upheaval, disappointment, heartbreak, and instead of letting it define you, you used it as fertilizer for growth. Now people can feel the difference. There's a calm confidence about you, and knowing that you no longer need to prove anything or chase what isn't freely offered. You've become magnetic not because you're trying to impress, but because you're deeply at peace with who you are. You radiate grace, resilience, and quiet strength. Your energy says, I know what I bring to the table, and I won't beg anyone to sit with me. This is your reminder that your independence is not loneliness, it's liberation. And from this space of wholeness, you naturally attract people, opportunities, and love that resonates with your elevated frequency. So keep going, you've earned this. Let's take a few more cards. Eight of Cups. This is a card of quiet courage. It doesn't shout, it doesn't slam doors, it simply turns and walks away from what no longer resonates, from connections that drain more than they give, from people who never met you where you stood. When this card appears beside the Wheel of Fortune, the message is loud and clear. Your act of walking away wasn't a loss. It was a turning point. You didn't leave because you gave up. You left because you woke up. You realized that healing doesn't always come with closure, and peace sometimes requires distance. You chose yourself over chaos, emotional clarity over confusion, and that decision shifted your path. It doesn't always come with closure, and peace sometimes requires distance. You chose self-respect over chaos, emotional clarity over confusion, and that decision shifted your path. The Wheel of Fortune now begins to turn in your favor, bringing with it a fresh cycle. The energy you poured into the wrong places is returning to you in new forms, new people, new chances, and new beginnings that actually match your frequency. There's a sense of divine timing at play here. The universe saw you choose yourself, and now it's realigning to support that choice. Your path is being clear, not as punishment to others, but as preparation for your expansion. What's ahead is more than you imagine. So, with the Libra full moon still echoing and Mercury retrograde beginning on April 21st, it's no surprise that someone from the past wants to revisit what was left unsaid, but you're not the same person you were when they left. The question is no longer do they still care, but rather do they deserve access to who I am now. So, Libra, I hope this reading resonated with you. If you made it to the end, it means there was something in here for you. Hope you enjoy April, and good luck to you. See you in the next reading.